Hello, YouTube. How are you guys doing? All right, so we are live. Type in the comments on the right and let me know if you are able to hear me. As long as I get a yes, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So type in the comments and let me know if you can hear me, guys. We are ready. We're ready. See what's going on. See what's going on. Well, okay. Hey! Okay, so I'm streaming on YouTube. Not YouTube, see, I'm doing Instagram is getting this side of my face. IG, can you hear me? Very quiet. Guys, I need to hear you in the comments. I cannot see you on YouTube. I need to hear you in the comments. So as soon as one person lets me know that you can, I don't understand. Okay, good. Thank you, Victoria. Victoria says she can hear loud and clear. Guys, I'm going to be looking here, okay? So pardon me if I don't see all of your comments because I cannot do the two things. I'm not an expert. All right? I promise you, I'll check in with you when I'm a member. Gosh. All right, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Boss Teacher Live. This is week 3. This is literally week 3 that we've been at this. Geez, 3 whole weeks. So this week, we are going to be looking at another topic as it relates to building out a profitable income stream for you, whether it be your side business, whether it be a side hustle, whether you want to call it some other name or you want to jump into something full-time, then I am going to be here every Monday night as long as I can to share that information with you and share with you the kind of value that you can use to really build a global business. So I sent out an email earlier on letting you know what the topic for tonight is. So I am starting off tonight with a series. When I say series, I sound like I'm a preacher. You know, preachers love to talk about series. But I'm starting off with a series of what I'm just going to call it building a global business. And essentially the concept around that, because the whole talk right now is work from home. Anywhere you are in the world, everybody's work from home. Once upon a time, work from home was a taboo, but now, it's a thing. So how you can work from home and still build a global business. Now, when I say global, I mean global. Think about the globe and all the countries in the world. Yes, that's what I mean when I say global. So how can you build that global business from right where you are without even leaving your home? So I'm going to be delving into a couple different ways you can do that over the next few weeks. And for this live, we're going to start off with, anybody want to guess what I'm going to start off with? Just one wild guess. I'm pretty sure you're going to get it. Anybody? Guess. What is going to be the topic for tonight? I want to see it in the comments. A wild guess. And I promise you, you will get it. Can't leave it out. Who's saying it? Who's saying it? I'm watching both comments to see who is the first person who's going to guess what we're going to talk about tonight. How you can build a global business without even leaving your home. Da da dee, I am waiting. Da da da. Seriously, guys? Trust me, I know you'll get it. I promise you, I'll give you a virtual applause. Hi, Kira. Welcome. Y'all give up? Give up? All right, so I'll tell you. So the topic we're going to be covering tonight is, drumroll, online courses. Like, who couldn't think about that? Yes, so I'm going to be sharing with you 6 principles that you can use as the basis of building out an online course. Now, of course, the reason I chose to talk about online courses first is simply because that it is my area of expertise. I've been doing this essentially for 6 whole years. My first online course was a mistake, literally was a mistake. I was online, I was a teacher, I was in school. Was I a mother at the time? No, I was not a mother yet. Yes, my son was just about a year old. And so I was doing freelancing online. And at that time, I basically just kept going on social media and just sharing. Like, I was getting clients from all over the world, Africa, Australia, UK, Europe. I was just sharing that on social media, and people wanted to know, how was I doing this? I'm this little girl from Jamaica that no, yet still I'm boasting about having international clients. And so a lot of persons started to ask me, how in the world was I doing this? And that just kept recurring. So I kept getting inboxes all the time asking me the same questions over and over. And I just decided in that moment that, listen, I'm not going to answer these questions one more time. I'm just going to sit down and teach a bunch of people how to do what I'm doing. And then anybody else asks me, I said, listen, I have a course on that. Go and take it. And that's exactly what I did. 6 students signed up for my course, right? Only 6 students signed up for my course. And before the end of the course, many of them had already gotten their first international client. I taught them every single thing I knew about freelance, from sharing with them, you know, how they can strategically go about getting their clients and making money right here in Jamaica. And so that happened. And then from then on, I literally just fell in love with the online course space. And being that I'm a teacher, that literally came natural for me. So online courses is right here. You see this? It's like, just imagine this little heart. Yeah, that's where online course is in my body. It's at my heart. So this year, for the very first time, I officially launched out as in, excuse me, guys. Too noisy. Okay, too noisy. I have my 2-year-old jumping up and down on the bed. Seriously, she would not go to sleep. Shh, let's be quiet, okay? Shh, sit down. Sit. Sit down, baby. Good girl. All right, so back to you. So this year, for the very first time, I launched as an online course coach. And since then, I am in my second cohort, 15 students to be exact, that I am teaching exactly how to build out their online courses. And I was literally looking back at a few of the testimonials today, and every time I see testimonials from my students, regardless of whatever course I teach, I really get to be on an international stage, and this is my stage, on an international stage, teaching people how to create courses using their expertise and transforming people's lives. Like, it blows my mind every single time I think about it. But I know for a fact that I am walking in purpose and I'm really doing the thing that I'm called to do, because I am at complete peace with all of this. And I see the magnitude of the impact that I am sharing with my students so far. And so we have cohort 2, like we literally just started last week, and they're getting into week 1's content already. So I'm going to be giving you tonight, literally what you're getting is the skeleton of what I teach in the 6-week program, the very, very skeleton. So you can take as much as you want from this and use it to build out your very own online course as well. And so let's just jump right into things. So tonight, I want to talk to you about the 6 pillars of what you need to establish your online course. So at this point, if you don't yet have your pen, your paper, your pencil, your marker, your crayon, your whiteboard, go and grab it. I'm giving you 5 seconds. 4. I'm not joking. 3. I know that's more than seconds though. 2. It's not counting time, baby. You need to be sleeping. 1. All right, so grab your pen, grab your paper. Good, awesome. So here are the 6 pillars that you literally need in order to have a fully built out online course. Come, she's coming, guys. We're having a guest. Here we go. All right, so the first thing you need in order to establish your online course is you need a topic. And in my experience, I have found that this is the area that many persons struggle with. They literally don't know how to come up with a course topic. Like, generally you fall into one of 2 categories. One, it's either you have 1,000,001 ideas and you're not quite sure which one to choose to narrow down to build out your course on, or you are clueless. You know you have an idea of you maybe want to create an online course, but you don't know what you can create that course on. So which one are you? Are you the person who have way too many ideas, or are you the person who just don't know where to start and what to do? Focus, guys, please. Don't look at her. Look at me. So which one are you? You have too many ideas, or you are clueless? Because that's where most people fall in. So if you have way too many ideas, it means that you're going to need some help in narrowing down which idea you are literally going to focus on to build your online course out. And if you are clueless, then you definitely are going to need some guidance as to how you can pick that topic out of the nothing that you think you have. Because here's the thing, a lot of people think that they don't have any content to create an online course on. And that's not true, especially for those. I see the comments coming up. Some people are saying clueless, and I see some people saying too many ideas. No, you are going to need some guidance as to how to narrow it down to that one topic. Because I always encourage persons, one topic. Go and lay down on the bed. You're too loud. You have to be very quiet, okay? Whisper. Thank you. So you're going to need some guidance as to how to narrow it down. I see too many ideas. So many of you have too many ideas. And I have some people here saying they're clueless. Now, one of the things that I've designed is 4 key components of how you can narrow it down to one topic. And I talk about the CREST method all the time. K is for knowledge. What are you knowledgeable about? R is for results. What results have you gotten? E is for your expertise. And this is where a lot of persons really struggle, because they're an expert and they don't even know that they're an expert. Right? And then the S is for your signature story. Now, let me expound on the signature story for a bit, because my signature story makes me tear up all the time, right? And how I was able to turn my signature into an story into an online course is another tearing up experience. So, hold on. Are you guys hearing me? Is she distracting you? Let me know, please, because I will put her down if she is and give her some pepper to watch. Is she distracting you guys? I see somebody post a comment on here, and I want to make sure that you are paying attention. Just post in the comments and let me know, guys. Yes, no, I'm waiting before I move on, because if it's a problem, then we're going to have to deal with her. Okay, so you're hearing me? You're here. Everybody else hearing me clearly? Hi, Smiley Mark. Oh, I get you. Oh, somebody said my internet went. All right, so let me do a brief overview of what I just said so that you guys have a better understanding. All right, so we're going to be delving into online courses tonight and how you can use online courses to build a global business. And I started out by saying, too loud. I started out by saying that there are 6 pillars that I'm going to introduce you to, and these pillars are literally the skeleton of what I teach in my course about training. So the first pillar that we're looking at is your course topic, right? Your course topic. So you have to identify a course topic. And the problem that a lot of persons have is that they're not sure how to come up with a course topic because one, you either have too many ideas, like you have notebooks upon notebooks by your bedside table with content that you want to explore, or you have no idea what you can create a course on because you are not sure. You're not sure what you can sell, right? So if you are any one of those 2 people, meaning that you either have too many ideas or you are clueless about what you want to create, then I have developed a system that I call the CREST method. It's an acronym, KRES. K is for knowledge, R is for expertise, R is for results, E is for expertise, and S is for signature story. Now, let me just share with you how I was able to turn my signature story into an online course. Just to give you an idea of how that pillar works. So your signature story could literally be any hurt, any pain, any regretful experience that you've been through, and you literally use that to generate some principles around your experience, basically then. So you are taking that terrible experience that you had. Give me a second, guys.
No.
Go to daddy.
No.
Go. Freedom! Oh my goodness. So you're literally taking that terrible experience that you had, that experience that you dread and you don't want to tell anybody about it, or that experience that caused you so much pain. And you are going to make a note of all of the things that you've learned, all of the things that you learned through that experience, all of the principles that you know, the life strategies that you've now developed. And you're going to organize it in such a way that you can use that experience to teach somebody else who might be going through the exact same thing that you already went through, right? A quick example, and then I'll share with you my story. Among Black women, it is known that a lot of Black women have fibroids. Like the percentage among us is higher than any other race. And let's say you had fibroids, you found a natural way to get rid of your fibroids without going to surgery. And you have seen that. You've used that in your life. Your body has changed. Your fibroids are gone. And you documented the entire process from start to finish, right? And you were able to get rid of your fibroids naturally. Say that happened to you. You can now take that experience and from the documentation that you've collected and literally create a course around how to get rid of fibroids naturally. And I share that story. Online course space literally created a course on how to get rid of fibroids naturally. And that course is being sold to individuals all across the world. So that was her signature story. That was her pain. That was her struggle. That was her problem. She figured out a solution for it. And now she's sharing the solution in an online course and literally charging people for it. So the money that you would spend to go to the doctor for medication, insurance, transportation, heartache, depression, all of that, deposit into that online course. And this lady teaches you how to get rid of it naturally without pumping yourself up with chemicals. Right? So that's one example. Let me share my example with you. Late last year, let's start from 2017 when I left my teaching job. I was in a state of depression is probably too harsh a word, but I was really not comfortable with the direction in which my life was going And I knew I had not been walking in purpose, right? So I've always known that I wanted to be a teacher since I was about 9 years old. I started out at nurse and switched to teacher when I was about 9. And when I landed in the classroom for the very first time, I just knew something was still missing. And from the very day I started to teach in 2006, I knew I was never going to be a classroom teacher all my life. And so from somewhere about 2013, 2014, I kind of started to get this nudge that, Julia, something is missing. This classroom teaching thing is not really it. But I wasn't able to figure out what that it was. And in 2017, I was at my last straw. I was so uncomfortable. Like, I mean, I was enjoying the children. Mind you, I was enjoying the children. But that was probably like 25% of the job. Everything else about my teaching career, I hated it. I hated it. And if you measure that 25 that I love, like just being with the kids, if that was all I did as a teacher, I'd be good. But then there were the other parts of it that I completely hated. And I said to myself, you know what? It's time. It's time. And the Lord just allowed something to happen to me to really push me out of the system. And so I left my job in 2017. By 2018, I literally fell into a state of depression after I had my daughter, that same little girl that you saw on my leg just now. I fell into a state of depression because I didn't have a job to go back to. I didn't know what I was going to be doing with the rest of my life. And I'm not the kind of girl to sit around and not do nothing. Unproductivity feels bad for me. Like, if I'm not productive, I'm literally depressed. So I always have to be doing stuff. That's just how my personality is. I think I got that from my mother. She's a workaholic. But if I'm not productive, I don't feel good. And it affects me not only psychologically, but physically. So at that time, postpartum, I was thinking about not having a job to go on to, not having a plan for how I was going to live the rest of my life. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't want to go back into the workspace. And I didn't know what I was going to do for myself. And so between around July to the end of August, I had so many revelations within that 2-month period. It was not funny. Like, so many things that I have been doing for previous years, like everything just kind of fell into place. So between July and August, that was my revelation period. September, I just literally start putting things together. And I'm like, yo, this all makes sense now. Like, all of the sermons that I was listening to, all of the conferences that I was going to, all the books that I was reading, everything just came together. And I was like, this is what I need to do. And so in December of 2018, Boss Teacher was born. And even though it took me a few months to really get into the groove of Boss Teacher, I knew from day one that this was the thing that I needed to be doing with my life. I just knew it. And when that sense of peace and restoration came over me, like complete peace with what I am doing, that was the point, that was the moment I knew that I was walking in purpose. I had zero doubts about it, that I was walking in purpose. And so I sat for that 2 months, I sat down and organizing things on my computer, pulling on a couple of YouTube videos that I had been looking at, and pulling back on a lot of the books that I have been reading, and just researching back some stuff that I have gone through for years, a lot of the conference notes that I took, the seminars, the workshops, and I just started dumping everything onto a folder and organizing them on my computer. And for the first year of Boss Teacher, everything was cool. But then in December of 2019, I got a revelation. God spoke to me and said, Julia, hi Lawrence, Anthony Lawrence, you need to share your experience. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. Truth of the matter is, in December of 2019, my husband and I, we sat down and we planned out our life of what 2020 was going to look like, right? That it did not include an online course. Let me tell you that. It did not include an online course. So we planned in December, and then late December, God said, you need to share. But I'm like, I don't know. How am I going to share this? Do I need to go to church and testify? I don't know. What do I need to do? And then it just hit me. Just create an online course. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. That's the teacher in you that needs to shine. And so I shared in my email, on my social media platforms, and I said, okay, guys, I'm going to be teaching a course on purpose, finding your purpose. We're going to be starting in January. It wasn't January, I think the beginning of February, because I had something going on in January. I had to wait. So I announced it in December. I told people that they need to register December, so I know whether or not I really need to put this thing together. And the course didn't start until February. I taught Position for Purpose in February of 2020 for the very first time. And if I show you the testimonials, as a matter of fact, I can show you the testimonials. If you go to juliaobarnes.com/purpose, I'm going to put it in the comments on YouTube. You will see some of the testimonials from a few of the students from cohort 1 when I taught that course about how to discover purpose. I taught that course again. I don't remember how long it took me, but I did 2 cohorts of teaching that course, how to discover your purpose. And I'm talking about this year, guys. This is like recent information I'm sharing with you. So I taught cohort 2 a few weeks after. And I don't know, let me tell you, the last time a student made me cry, Melissa, I don't know where Melissa is, but Melissa made me bawl. Because at the end of that program, like, looking at the testimonials alone just really teared me up. And Melissa went and she wrote a poem. Guys. That was when I bawled. I literally stayed home that day. I couldn't bawl when I was on the live telling people about it. But when I closed down my social media, tears were literally running down my face. And I said, imagine this. I had no plan to teach this course. 0 plans at all. And this is just an experience I went through, how I was able to discover my purpose, unearth my God-given gift, and use the talents, the innate talents that I have, and impact the world. And I was able to share with a group of ladies how they can do that too. And when I saw the kind of impact, I knew. So I turned my experience of how I was able to find my purpose into a course that I called Position for Purpose. And I taught how many students, I don't remember how many students, but it was 2 cohorts of students that I did. And literally, that is how I turned my signature story into an online course. So what I just told you is what I taught them, but over an 8-week period in more in-depth. Like, I went into strategies, how to live an abundant life. I went into the tools. What is it? The formula, the personal formula that you are going to use to build out, to discover your true purpose in life. I went through all of that with 2 different cohorts of students. And every single time I taught it, the responses were, it just awed me. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is in the comments, guys. She says she's here. This is the girl that made me bawl when she wrote that poem. After we ended Position for Purpose. She's right there. Beat her in the comments for me, please. Oh, don't do it. I love them. So I was able to turn my story of how I discovered purpose and share those same principles and strategies with some students. Now, let me tell you something, guys. My oldest student in that course, she celebrated, I believe, her 65th or 66th birthday. I think it was 65. She celebrated her 65th birthday while we were going through the program. Just imagine me teaching a 65-year-old how to discover their purpose. And you know what she said to me, guys? And Melissa can vouch because she was in the class. She said to me, Julia, when I grow up, I want to be like you. Now imagine, like, that level of compliment cannot be measured. It cannot be measured. And I remember her also saying that she wished she knew all of this that I taught her in the course while she was young and growing. Because at least she knows now that her life would have been a little bit differently. These are the kind of transformations that I am seeing right before my very eyes with just me sharing my story. Now think about you. What kind of story you have? Do you have a fibroid story that you found the cure for? Do you have a life purpose story like mine? You can share with people how to discover their purpose, right? Do you have a cure for cancer that nobody knows about, only you? Do you have a cure for migraine? Do you have how to get over postpartum depression? Like, what is your story? Do you know how to find the love of your life? What is your story? And how can you use that story to impact lives globally? Because when I say globally, I mean globally. I have students in my program right now that are not in Jamaica. A lot of you know that I am Jamaican. I'm a yard gal. I live here. I'm an island. As a matter of fact, I'm a country girl. Very country. My cousin is on right now. I am very, very deep country. We use chimney and outside toilets and all these things. Yeah, I am very country. So I live in Kingston now, so we kind of get posh over the past couple of years. I'm sorry, that's that came out wrong. But yeah, so I'm a country girl. So just imagine a country girl being able to have global impact with just sharing her story of how to discover purpose. And then turning that story into a paid product that has people from not just Jamaica, but outside of Jamaica, across the world, signing up for her program, inquiring about her program, wondering how they can learn from you. Like, could that person not be you? Now, listen, guys, I literally the entire 30 minutes to talk about one point. So we might have to stretch this out for another few weeks, right? So that's literally only point one. You're identifying your course topic. So get your questions ready. I see some popping up in the comments already. We're going to continue this next week, guys, because these sessions should only be 30 minutes. We're already like 31 something. So we're going to continue next week. But just to give you an idea that you can literally turn any story, any of your knowledge, any of your expertise, any of your results, and package it into an online course. And so when I dissect each and every one of those, I dissect the knowledge, the results, the expertise, the signature story, inside of my 6 weeks training, you are getting the full gamut of everything, right? Now, somebody's asking in the comments, I'm going to be answering your questions right now. What if you don't have a signature story? All right, so who am I thinking of now? Is it Melissa? No. Tamika? No. I'm trying to remember. Who was it that came into, well, many of my students come into course about not knowing what they want their course to be. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just the plain truth. A lot of them come in having zero idea what they want their course to be about. It was just today, I'm looking back at one of the testimonials that Marisa, we finished cohort 1 2 weeks ago. And one of my students was saying that when she came into the program, she knew she wanted to create an online course, but she had no idea what she wanted to create the course on. By the time we were through with the program, 6 weeks later, she's now creating a program on health and fitness. Basically, how to maintain a fitness lifestyle, not necessarily exercise and diet, but she's giving you lifestyle strategies on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And what she wanted to create her course on, and then she started to talk and she could not stop talking. I was like, well, that's your course, honey. That's your course. We were all in awe, wondering what is she so clueless about. But so yeah, if you don't know what your signature story is, if you don't know what you can create your course on, I literally take you through the process. How you can identify that particular concept, that topic, that core that you can use to build out your course. You will, if you think then that you can only create a course on your signature story, that's limiting, because there are 4 other methods. Remember I said your knowledge, your results, your expertise, and your signature story. It just so happened that I expounded a little bit more on that one, but you can pick any of the 4. And I go deep into helping you to uncover what you're knowledgeable about. I have specific questions, specific activities for you to identify what you're knowledgeable about, specific questions and activities about what your results can be, specific questions and activities of what you're an expert at. And this is the one that we're probably going to have another long session when we get to the part about expertise, because a lot of people don't realize how much of an expert they are. And it's true. And we think that we have to be on TV or have to be in newspaper to be seen as an expert. Believe me. So I go through specific step-by-step guidelines, questions, activities, sharing with you how you can identify your expertise, and then go through really dissecting the whole concept of your signature story. So yeah. So like I said, I mentioned, guys, this is just a skeleton 8 weeks, and we go through all of that during the whole 8-week program. Anthony Lawrence, you're asking me what I am passionate about or what you are passionate about. I am passionate about sharing knowledge. That's like teacher is, I am a teacher. And that's what teachers do. We share knowledge, we transform lives, we facilitate transformation in our students, whether our students be 4 years old, 15 years old, or 65 years old, like mine are. So that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about using information to transform people's lives. And I have been doing that. The testimonials alone let me know that I have been doing that. All right, let me see. Questions here on Instagram. Okay, so we have a course here that says how to be single forever. If that's who you want to be, honey, then by all means. But you know, there are people who want to be single. They have decided and they've chosen that they want to be single. So if you can develop a framework to help them stay single and enjoy their singleness, that can literally be a course. I was watching a documentary on YouTube the other day about some women who are just having struggles. They are struggling emotionally because the people around them, their family, their friends, and just people in general cannot accept the fact that they've chosen to be single and childless. Like, that is their choice, and the bashing that comes with that is affecting them psychologically. So that's probably an angle you can take. And the thing is, if you think that won't sell, I tell you, think again, because some of the quirkiest and the weirdest courses are being sold online. Very quirky. One of the examples I share in the program, and I show them exactly where it is, how to juggle 3 balls. You know, like this, how to juggle 3 balls. It's a course. You're paying money, US dollars for it. Let's see. Where would you suggest we host our courses? All right, so there are tons and tons and tons of platforms that you can host your courses on. Okay, like if you Google right now online course platform, you will see at least a dozen different platforms that you can host your course on. Right? The more popular ones are Teachable, Kajabi, and I feel like I'm missing one. I'm going to tell you my favorite in a little bit, but there's Teachable, Kajabi, and Thinkific, right? So there's Teachable, Kajabi, and Thinkific. Those are the 3 more popular ones. Like anywhere online, you'll find somebody talking about one of those 3. I don't use any of those. I use a platform called exactly how to set up your course on MemberVault, how to upload your courses, how to embed stuff. Oh, one of the testimonials I was looking at today, this girl, was it, who was it? I try to remember. It must have been Ayana. Ayana was saying that she now knows how to code. She had no idea she could code. So I teach you the basics. It's just the basics because I'm not overwhelming you with knowledge. It's your first course, and so I make sure I'm giving you the essentials, what you need in order to be effective at selling your course, because that is the ultimate here. We got to sell it. You can't make a course and it looks pretty online. It has to be sold, right? So I basically teach you how to get your course on that platform, how to set it up, what are the different parts, what are the key features, what is important, how to code certain things in, how to make your course look pretty, how to just everything from start to finish, how to get your course up and running on the MemberVault platform. Let's see. Any more questions? What is the name of the course that, oh, the one I talked about earlier about the fibroids? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It's one of those communities that I'm a part of, that we are all course creators, by the way. And so it's just one of my colleagues in those communities was sharing her testimony of how she got her course up and live. And that was her story, basically. So I honestly don't know the name of it. May have known, but it's like been a couple of months now, maybe about 3-4 months. Not so much, probably about 3 months. So I don't remember. So I can't tell you. Sorry about that, honey. Oh yeah, Udemy. Udemy is another one. But you see, Udemy, there are differences. You see, I love Udemy, but for very different reasons that I love MemberVault. So you have to understand what the platform does and how it facilitate is not the word, how it's going to be the best platform for your course, right? You can't just put a course on a platform just because it's a course platform. There are certain features that they have that you need to pay attention to. And paying attention to those features will determine whether or not that is the best platform for you. Not every platform is right for your course. You have to first know what you want for your course, and then determine which platform is best to put your course on, right? For the most part, let me not say, just understand that there are different reasons you would want to put your course on Udemy versus why you want to put it on another course platform like MemberVault or any of the other 3 that I recommended. Any more questions? If not, we're going to be tapping out for tonight, and we're going to continue the conversation next week right here again, same time, same place. I'm watching the Instagram chat, guys. They're having a whole nother conversation over here. Okay, fine. It wasn't her. Somebody mentioned a book by Shelley Ann Weeks. It wasn't her. I'm sure it wasn't her. It was an international individual. But I don't know. Probably her book can help. So for those of you who really need help to build out your courses, I need you to go over to CourseVault and check out the information that is there. Now, if you don't already know, CourseVault is the 6 weeks training that I teach to help individuals build out their online courses from start to finish. Like literally from not knowing what your signature story is, not knowing what you're an expert at, having zero clue about what you want your course to be about, or you have way too many ideas. I'm not sure which one to narrow it down to. We literally do that in week 1. Right now, cohort 2 is doing just that. They're narrowing down their course topic. That is the content for week 1. So I take you from that point of identifying what your topic is to at the end of 6 weeks, having your course live, online, where people across the globe can go to your link, click on your link, pay their good US dollars, and purchase and register for your course. So I take you from the point of knowing nothing to having a fully functioning and live course. That is what I teach you inside of CourseVault. So the 6 pillars that I'm going to be looking at, and tonight we looked at 1, which is identifying your course topic. That's what each of the 6 weeks are about. So week 1, identifying your course topic. Week 2 is about creating that framework, and the framework that we look at is what I call the transformation. Week 3, some of the selling strategies that you're now going to implement to start selling your course. Week 4, how to decide on the method of delivery. Week 5, what are some of the essential tools you need to build out your course. And week 6, how are we going to now get our course that is already built out by the end of week 5 and put it up on the course platform so it can be sold live. So by the end of week 6, anybody that comes to your course platform, all they need to do is click and buy. That's it. That is absolutely it. So now, if you want to learn more about that program, you need to go to juliaobarnes.com/course vaults. Now, I've placed the link for that inside of the chat. On YouTube, you can click on it and just go over and look right now while you're listening to me. So listen to me in your ears and go and view the program. Now, cohort 2 started Thursday of last week, right? So we are literally in week 1 with cohort 2. But I usually give a grace period of up to the day before we start week 2. So I'm literally closing registration for Course Vault 2 days from today on Wednesday. So on Wednesday of this week, if you go to register for Course Vault, you are going to end up in cohort 3, right? And cohort 3 starts in mid-October. So cohort 2 registration closes on Wednesday of this week. That's 2 days from today. So if you haven't registered yet, please go and do so, or make some arrangements with the payment plans to get in to cohort 2 so that your course can be up and ready within 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That's all we're doing. 6 weeks. We are not wasting any time. Serious real fast. I'm like, yes, because we mean business. And one of the things about all of my courses, if you purchase any product from me, you end up in my community. And my community is boss. I said there is no other community online like my community. None. Bar none. So guys, let me know. What is your main takeaway from tonight's session? What is your main takeaway from tonight's session? Leave those in the comments. Let me know. What is your main takeaway from tonight's session? What are you leaving tonight with? What are you going to take action on? Or what? Tell me something that you learned that you didn't know before you came here, or something that was reinforced and you needed to hear it. What's your main takeaway from tonight's session? I'm looking for those in the comments. All right, so I'm seeing another question here. Is it a live course or recorded? You mean Course Vault? My program that I teach people how to create online courses, if it's live or recorded? If that's the question, then I'd say it's both. It's both. The content is recorded. So the main content, the 6 pillars that we go through, they are recorded. So the content videos are recorded. So on a week-by-week basis, you're guided through each module. So each week we have one module, and one module can have a few short videos. And I try not to make the videos more than 15-20 minutes long, except for one that I'm about to split up. So it's gonna be short in a little bit, right? And so each module has a few short videos that you watch. Now, once you're through with that module, there is an activity that you need to do that coincides with the content that you just looked at. Right? So there is what I call a checkpoint guide. So at every week, there is another checkpoint. And for each checkpoint, you need to complete your assignment. And that assignment that you're completing is towards building out your course. It's not yes or no for you to pass any exam or any test. The assignment is literally you building out your course. So whatever the assignment is, it is in response to the content of the videos. And then that's whatever you've written is going to help you to build out your course. Good? So that's the recorded aspect of it. The live aspect of it is our weekly coaching. So I have a weekly coaching call with my students every Thursday at 5 p.m. So you want to know where I am on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time? I'm on Zoom. with my course Vault students doing the coaching call, right? So on a Thursday, when we meet at 5 o'clock, I basically answer any questions that they have. So any questions you have. So you watch the videos, you did the assignment, you did the activity, and you're still a little bit stuck in some areas. That is what the coaching calls are for. They are very unscripted. I don't come on with anything planned. I just turn on my Zoom and say, guys, shoot your questions at me. What do you need help with? And then I just guide them through any little area that they are stuck. So we do that for 1 hour every Thursday. And that's the live aspect of it. So like I said, it's both recorded and live. And then we have our Facebook community. So there's a student-only private Facebook group that I have that you only get access if you're my student. That's it. That's what the community is for. And in the community, we have accountability partners. That is the heart of the program. Like, it's the heart of the program. The accountability with the accountability partners, it's just amazing. Like, it gives you an extra level of push. Any day anybody feels like, you know, they just can't bother today. I'm tired. I don't want to do this part of course Vault. I need to take a rest. And their accountability partner calls and checks in on them and give them a virtual beating and say, hey, get up. We need to get this done. Believe me, that is the heart of the program. So I think that alone, if you pay money just to get the accountability partner alone, I honestly tell you, it's worth it. It is worth it. I've literally seen 2 students 1 week. What was it? 1 week, I saw 2 students back to back just putting up their sales page and started selling. I was like, okay. When I realized that they were both each other's accountability partners. So one was not having a good day, a good week, and they just decided they were going to quit. Accountability partner called them and said, yo, what's going on? By the end of that call, both of them had their pages up and ready to sell. That's the kind of accountability and just, I don't know how to explain it. It's good. It's good. Yeah. So that's aspect of it in terms of the live. Yes, so I'm in the Facebook group, very regular. They'll tell you I'm in there very regular. Just helping people out, guiding people through the path. So you're going to need that extra help. So that's what the Facebook group is for. And the weekly live coaching that we have is for. But on the video content itself, the teaching aspect of it, those are recorded. All right. All right. Any other questions, guys? Let me see. Okay, so feedback on what they took away, what you guys took away from tonight. Greta is saying that tonight I learned that any story can become an online course. Yes, it can. Believe me, when I tell you the kind of things people creating courses on online, ridiculous. And they're making money from it, and people, trust me, ridiculous. Ridiculous things are online being sold as online courses. Why not you? Why not? You have a story to tell. You have your expertise to share. You have your results that you can offer. You are knowledgeable in so many areas. And I am here to help you to pull that out. Literally pull that out of you and build out your course from start to finish. All right, guys. So any other comments before we go? What was your key takeaway from tonight, William? I don't even know your name. I just know your IG handle. William Standing or anyone else. What was your key takeaway from tonight? Greta is saying that she learned that any story can be turned into a course. You can literally teach a course on anything. Anything. Legal or not. So what was your key takeaway? And then we're gonna tap out for tonight. I always say I'm only gonna do 30 minutes and I end up here for the entire hour. Gosh, it's the passion in me that keeps coming out. All right, so let me share the link for those of you who are on Instagram. The link is in my bio to check out Course Vault to go and register. Like I said, registration closes for cohort 2 this Wednesday. And for those of you who are on YouTube, it's in the chat, and I'm also going to be placing it in the description of the video when the replay goes up. All right. So that's it for tonight, guys. Good night, and have a blessed rest of the week. And join me next week. You see, next week, Monday, I don't want to see, what is this? 6 plus 12. I don't want to see 18 of you on here. No. Please call your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your frenemy from work, and let them know good things are happening on YouTube. I'm going to be here every Monday night. Gather up some people. If you have been getting value from these sessions, imagine what it can do for somebody else. So please ensure that you share. Just go ahead and share, because you never know how it can transform somebody else's life. All right, guys. So that's it. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying for the entire hour. I'm going to be logging out now, and I'll see you inside of course Vault. Bye.